Hi everyone, welcome back to Aqua Platycodon, where more useless knowledge gets unlocked. Today let's talk about something heavy but fascinating, the cycles of stability and crisis in history. Why do societies seem to fall into periods of turmoil after enjoying stability? More importantly, what can we learn from these crises to prevent the next one? Let's dive in. First, here's the pattern. After a period of stability and growth, tensions build beneath the surface. These tensions could come from economic inequality, power struggles, or changing social values. Eventually, something snaps, and the result is chaos. This pattern has repeated itself across different countries and time periods. Take China's Cultural Revolution, for example. In the 1960s, China was relatively stable, but deep divisions in politics and society were bubbling under the surface. When these tensions exploded, it led to widespread chaos, loss of life, and economic stagnation. It took a decade for the country to start recovering. Then, there's the Soviet Union. By the 1980s, years of overexpansion and economic mismanagement had left it fragile. Add in a disastrous war in Afghanistan and political reforms that destabilized the system, and you get a recipe for collapse. By 1991, the Soviet Union no longer existed, and even the United States hasn't been immune. In the 1950s, the country was riding high after World War II, but fear of communism and internal divisions sparked the McCarthy era. This period of political persecution and paranoia left scars on American society that lasted for years. So what's the common thread? In all these cases, the crises didn't come out of nowhere. They were the result of unresolved problems that built up over time. Problems like economic inequality, power struggles, or cultural conflicts. Stability often masks these issues, but they don't go away. They just wait for the right trigger. Now, can we learn anything from this? Absolutely. Here are a few key lessons. Address problems early. Don't let underlying issues fester. Whether it's economic inequality or political corruption, tackling these problems head-on is the best way to prevent a crisis. Adapt to change. Societies that fail to adapt to new realities, like technological advances or shifting social values, often find themselves in trouble. Flexibility is key. Avoid extreme polarization. When people are divided into us versus them, cooperation becomes impossible. Building bridges is essential to avoid long-term damage. Prepare for shocks. External events like wars, pandemics, or economic recessions can exacerbate internal problems. Being resilient means having systems in place to weather these storms. Finally, it's important to remember that crises aren't inevitable. They're the result of choices made, or not made. By studying history, we can make better choices today. Thanks for watching. If you found this topic thought-provoking, hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more curious takes on the world around us. See you next time on Aqua Platycodon, where more useless knowledge gets unlocked.